Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Watchtower did a video on their JW broadcast, and they tried to salvage the overlap generation, and by using Freddie Franz and the governing body today. So I'm going to take this one step further to show you how ridiculous this overlap generation, when the Bible speaks only one truth. Christ said, this generation will not pass away. He did not say overlap generation, he said this generation. So, what did I thought of? Something's going to be unique. And it's going to be pretty fun. So let's go for it. 1784, that would be the first Armageddon. Second Armageddon would have been overlapped to the next one would be 1914. So those people at that time, they overlapped from the first Armageddon to the second one. And the next Armageddon overlap was 1915. Just 1 year difference. So now you got 3 Armageddons. And since Charles T. Russell died in 1916, Judge Rutherford and them came up with a new Armageddon, overlap Armageddon, from 1914 to 1915 and 1918. That's when all the churches was going to be destroyed. Well, that never happened. So they, with Judge Rutherford's help, foreseeing the future, he wrote several books. Millions Now Living Will Never Die. He wrote Harp of God and Children. And 1925, in his book Millions Now Living Will Never Die, it had the date of 1925. Well, there's another Armageddon. Well, these witnesses that went through almost 4 Armageddons, and there was all overlap, but no one actually seen Armageddon. Then they decided not to predict or put dates in books anymore, which I found that. They promised they were not going to put no more dates. And when I called Watchtower, I read them that information. Well, you know, the way Watchtower is, those elders just say the same old thing. At that time, they did not have the light of Jehovah. They only had the dim light of Jehovah. And today we have the bright light of Jehovah. Anyway, let's go to 1975. So we're jumping from 1925 to overlap to 1975 Armageddon. So that would put me and the government bodies in that generation of the first 4 overlap Armageddons. But still, Armageddon never came. And they came up with another one that was year 2000, that there's no way it was going to be the end of the world going to have to be in the year 2000. That never happened. So, what's the point of this? The point is, if it's so ridiculous that man keeps jumping from one person generation into 15 years or 1 year or 4 years down the line of each Armageddon, how stupid is the overlap generation? Nonsense. They won't admit that they screwed up of the first temple was destroyed, which it was 20 years difference, which would make 1914 to be 1934. But Christ never mentioned in the Bible what year. He said, look for the signs of the last days. Well, all the signs in 1914 was a little bit different from the signs what we have today. In other words, signs is, we know when there are earthquakes, we got technology to show us where earthquakes all over the world. We have televisions, we have radios, satellites, and we know about food shortages, and every war that is being made all over the world. All these things is in our time to see all these things. So really, Charles T. Russell screwed up by thinking 1914 was going to be the first or second Armageddon, since the first one failed by one of the other advantages of the Latter-day Saints, I remember. He's the one who predicted the world was going to end in 1874, and that's what woke Charles T. Russell up, because he thought the world was going to end in 1874. So, people, we have so many overlap Armageddons, and funny part, many people in the past lived up to the point before it came to 1975. So some of these people in the past went through 4 or 5 different types overlap Armageddons. So, what's the story of Watchtower? If my overlap generation that I didn't make up, that Watchtower made up, sounds like crap, then Watchtower did not make up the overlap Armageddons, then it must sound like crap. So, people, if Armageddon was supposed to start, or the end of the world was going to start, it would have started. The Watchtower deliberately used those dates at that time, just like William Miller. He claimed Armageddon was going to start many years ago. Everybody was looking for that day, and it never happened. And from that point into our generation, Watchtower have never stopped predicting the world was going to end. But finally, they might get to a point that now all they're going to do is just say, we're close, we're close. It's just around the corner, it's close. So that's another overlap Armageddon, but they don't know when, because they're too afraid to put it in the magazines, because the loss of the members of 1975 and 1976, when people walked away from this religion, they were afraid that could happen later down in the future, so they don't put no more dates. So, Jehovah's Witnesses, Enjoy your overlap Armageddons. Enjoy your overlap generation. Both of them is craps. Christ only going to come. He came twice. Once on the earth, to the earth, and second time to judge the earth. That would be twice. How many times y'all already mentioned Armageddon, and he never showed up? Where was your Jesus? Where was Michael, your Jesus? Was he out there playing golf in another galaxy? Was he visiting other worlds out there to wonder where they're going to put Jehovah Witnesses to get rid of them off the earth? Because they can't get nothing right. Because they are way past any religion of being false prophets. And the fun thing about it, it's all in their literature, their publications. They wrote, the Watchtower wrote, and the leaders wrote. So it's time to come back down to earth, people, and realize you are in a cult. You are in a false religion. It's time to wake up. It's time to get out of Babylon the Great, the world empire of Watchtower, Bible Tract Society, of false prophecies, false lies, and their nonsense, everything they ever wrote in their books. Thank you. Enjoy your overlap Armageddons. This is Jerry signing off. Bye.